Good morning, everyone. This is Mo Be the Yarny, and it is Tuesday with Mo. I hope you're having a wonderful, blowy Tuesday. It is so windy here. I think Mother Nature's trying to blow all the rest of the leaves off the trees, and maybe it'll accomplish that today. So if you hear loud noises, that's the wind. That's what's going on today. So it's voting day. So hopefully everyone got out there and voted. And if you didn't, don't complain about what the outcome is. But let's get right into what we're talking about today. Hope you're able to join me on last week's video. A few people have told me they didn't know when my videos were coming out, but if you want to be notified, you have to hit that bell and it will notify you. And it's right there with where you put the thumbs up and all that. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Allergies. It's almost 77 degrees here today, and over the last couple of days it's been really warm, and that means the allergies have come back for my husband and I. But I'm going to get right into what my video is about today. I've been showing you a lot of things that I've been working on. I told you I started working on slippers. So I'm going to show you some of that right now. And I did lie to you. I said I wasn't going to buy any more yarn. But I only bought 5. I bought 5 skeins for a baby project. And I'll explain to you why I bought more yarn. Because I was not happy. I had designated these two, which these are good yarns. I mean, they're very, very squishy. These 2 yarns, I have Lion's Pride wool spun yarn from Lion brand. And then I had, and this one is a 5 weight. And then I have this Hometown from Lion brand, and they're nice and squishy. But this one you need more than one whole one of these to make one slipper, and they just were not. When I would make the slippers, here's the one slipper I made for my husband, and you can see it's very flimsy. I would have to work another yarn with it to get the results that I wanted from the slippers that I would normally make. And here's the slippers this is my slipper. This is what I would normally get with the yarn that I normally have. Last year, this is what's left of the yarn I used last year to make everyone's slippers. And it is what's left of an anniversary cake. So it is a number 6, and it is a blanket yarn. Actually, to me, it feels like it's made of an old blanket, but it's very soft and squishy and cozy. And I made numerous amounts of slippers out of this yarn. I think almost for the whole family. I made slippers out of this. I made 1 pair, and you see the colors in it. It's turquoise and pink and reds and blues. I made 1 pair just to see how they would turn out, and my husband took them because he thought they were so nice and squishy. So he ended up with those. So I saw there was a sale. My husband was wearing these, but he too agreed that these were not up to par what I would normally get. And I was going to show you, this was supposed to be the number 6, and this is the number 6 that I normally had. The patents that I told you I had, like so many of them, but I would not make slippers out of them because they're wool, so it'd be hard to keep washing them. You want, you know, something you can wash. So I saw that there was a sale on the yarns that I wanted to use, and it was a pretty good sale. It was at Michael's, and the Michael's in my area. I have two Michael's close to me that I could walk in and get stuff. One in Avon, one in Amherst. And the Amherst one had them, and the sale was, if you buy one, you get one 50% off. And I checked prices online, even from the yarn company that sells it, and they did not, and no one had a better deal than they did. So my husband said, go get them. So even he tried ordering them online, and he could not get the price. So I bought two cakes for the slippers. Here's one. It's only one cake. This is the anniversary cake. And this is what I would make slippers out of. I love this yarn for slippers. And I was trying other patterns. I love to use Stephanie Zed's pattern for the big comfy slippers. Now, all week I've been trying other people's patterns, and they just did not work out for me. They weren't the squish, they weren't what I liked. They were not comfortable, and they weren't squishy. But this one is in the color Jubilee, it's called. But it has enough of, this one reminded me of Christmas colors. So it could be for male or female, because I know in my family they will wear them. It doesn't matter to them. And then I got another color because they were buy one. Now normally it shows you right here. This is 35.3 ounces, 1,000 grams. And it shows you the price right here on it. These are normally $39. I don't know if you can see that. In Canada, they're $44, but the price, the sale was, you buy one, you get the second one half price, and if you buy two other items in the store, you get 25% off. So, and I was looking online, they were selling one of these for $60 in some places. Even from Yarnspirations, I couldn't get this for $39. Plus get a second one for $20. So my husband's like, just get them. So I did. And then my second color is, let's see, it's called, I've already been working in it. It's called Prismatic. And it's got all these beautiful colors. Now, one of these would make a sweater, because I had two cakes last time, which was this one, which I can't remember the name of this one, where I would tell you, but I can't remember. And I had, oops, this colorway also, which I had a lot of it left because I only made a few slippers in this colorway. So this was made with the remaining of it. And I had some Care-On cakes that I thought were a match to this. They weren't the anniversary cakes, but they were the, I saw them again yesterday when I was at Michael's. They had the cakes that would match this, but they are a little chunkier than the anniversary cakes. Even though they all say 6, they are fatter than this sweater. So I need to wait till I find this color again. If they come out with it, then I will finish this off, because I want to make this longer and put buttons on it. But that was made also with an anniversary cake. So if you bought one of these, you could probably make one whole sweater with it, if you didn't use it for anything else. So you could make my mind went blank again. you could make a hexagon sweater with one of these. But yeah, so I got these two because I was only going to buy a few things. So because I was not happy with this, but I will find something for this yarn and this one. I'm thinking about donating yarn, but my daughters might want it because they're making projects too. Yeah, but this is not the kind of slipper I want. So I worked up one slipper, and this is a female size, and this is nice, and it's not holding any other yarn with it, and it's nice and squishy and solid, and it feels like you're walking on pillows with it. This is the smaller size, and I just started the men's size. This is the beginning of it. Yeah, the guys in my family have big feet, so this is how you start it. It's in the middle, and I don't control the color. I just let the color do what it wants on these slippers. So that was the decision that I made with my slippers, because I don't like playing around when it comes to, if I'm not happy with the project when it comes out, then someone's not going to get it if I don't like how it looks. Because, you know, if you're going to make something for someone, you want it to be up to your standard, at least, you know. You don't want to give something to someone if it's not what you like. And then the other yarn I bought was baby yarn. So I decided on projects for my new grandson that's coming up in February. He's due in February. So I have a colorway right here. So I got 3 pounds of love. So I'm sure he'll be more than 3 pounds of love when he shows up. And I got a pattern picked out, and it's going to be working with this. And something's going to go in the middle of these. I was working on this idea, but I don't like this idea because that's not the shape I want. So this is going to have a little bear's face, and then it has little ears. But I think I'm going to make this whole part separate and then attach it. And then it's going to have the nose and the eyes and the ears, and you make all the squares up, and then like every other square will have the little bear face on it. And then there's a sweater set, a sweater and booties, and what else was there? It was the blanket and the sweater and the booties, and the sweater had a hat, but it had the little bear ears on it. So I'll be trying to get all that put together, but I can't, it's not my pattern, so I can't share that with you. But I have made decisions with that too, but I will be showing you my progress as I go along with that. Those are definite ones that I allotted time for. That's why I put a lot of my things aside for now, so that I could do my slippers and I could work on baby projects. And I have 2 other grandkids I'm making things for. My younger ones, I have 3. Well, 1 on the way, and 2 other younger ones that I will work on projects for, because they still would like smaller baby things like that. So I got, and I was happy with the prices I got at Michael's too, because I looked up online and they had that, and then when I got there they still had that price listed above it, but it said the sale had ended. But the manager said, well, the sign is still there, so we're going to give you that price. So I was really, really happy with that. They're very nice there, so I was happy that they gave me the price, even though it wasn't the sale. I procrastinated over the weekend I didn't want to go out because it kept raining, and then it would be cold, and then it would be hot, and so we decided just to stay in and do nothing over the weekend. So sometimes you lose if you don't go for those sales when they're on. So I was thankful for the manager at Michael's that they still honored that price. If they had taken the sign down, then I wouldn't have been able to get it, but I was glad they still had the sign up. So then I made another decision. Yeah. I had been working on, I started this sweater. I showed you this yarn I've had. This is the Mandala Sparkle in the color of Nova, and it's a 3-weight, and I started this, and I planned on making, because I change my mind sometimes. I change my mind a lot. I plan on making another cardigan with it, but once I got it worked up, I'm thinking it's going to be too similar to some that I already have. So this month is, for things that we're making Thursday, is hats. So I'm thinking I'm just going to, because I love this pattern already, I might just leave this as a scarf, just add a few more rows, and I'm going to put tassels on the end. And I'm going to make, I have 6 of these. I'm going to make a hat out of it. I might follow this pattern. This hat is not my favorite because I don't like this pom-pom. I might follow this pattern. Now this is a really chunky one. I can't remember what the pattern's called. But this is not a real stretchy yarn, and I can't remember what this yarn is either. But it's very iridescent, silky, but it's really thick. This yarn is really thick, so this would be like a January, February hat around here. If you live in Ohio, there's different cycles of coats and hats, and this time of year you don't know how to dress because you don't know what the weather's going to be like. But or I might look up another pattern of hats. There's a gray sparkle yarn I'm going to add as if you see the gray that's in here, I have a solid gray sparkle yarn that I'm going to use it for the brim, and I'm going to buy a puff for the top of it if I add a puff. I'm not a puff person, but we'll see if I end up keeping it for myself. But I didn't want to frog this, so I think it would make a cute scarf with some tassels on it. So I'm just going to keep it how it is. So I did some decision making, but I did a lot of crocheting this week too. This goes with this. Oh, okay. And well, I also picked this up when I was at Michael's because I thought they were cute. I don't know if there was a glare going on, but it's a year-round gnomes. There's 8 different fun crochet designs in here, and this is from Annie's Crochet. So it has 8 different ways you can make gnomes. So I thought it was cute. I've been looking at the books when I go in now to see if there's anything that catches my eye. I only got it because I had made this one last week. I made it for my hubby because he likes gnomes, and I thought this looked a little masculine. And this was pretty easy to make. It probably maybe an hour and a half it took me to make it. But I used the last of my stuffing. But I wish I would have I didn't put the rocks in the bottom so it would stand up, because he tumbles right over, because he's just my prototype. So I'll probably be making a lot of these this year. Thinking about making one in the family one. I just have to see if I have enough time for that, because I was counting, there's like, with my husband and I and our children and grandchildren, I think we're going to be up to 20 people now, but there's a lot of cute designs in here. And of course, when you look at these, with me, I never follow, because it's up to you. You know, when you get a pattern, yeah, I was watching Crystal yesterday, and she said, her words were, and it's what I usually follow too, she will lay it out for you to play it out. And that's what I do, because I put my own mark on things, because I will see something I like, but I always tweak it the way I want it, because it should be personal for you. You don't have to follow someone's pattern to the T unless this is something you're working on as a group, as a challenge. But you can put your own spin on it. You put your own mark on it. If you're going to be the one wearing it, or if you're gifting it to someone, make it how they like it. Make it the colors they like. You know, I'll ask my grandsons, you know, and sometimes I'll try to guess what they're going to say, and then I'll be totally wrong, because one of my grandsons, I thought, because all my grandsons are very artistic. They draw and they like to paint and things, and the one uses lots of colors. And then I asked him about what kind of blanket he wanted, and he said he only wanted black and white and gray. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I made him the Hidden Beauty one from Crystal, from Bag a Day, because that were the colors. I thought of that. I mean, that was not an easy one to make, but I mean, it was challenging, but for him, that was the what I thought of when he said that color scheme. So I'm like, okay, I'll make you this one. I showed it to him, and he said, yeah, I like that, because it's not feminine, it's not masculine. So I'm like, okay, I'll make this for you. But it gives you ideas. I might do the beards different. Then I've been watching a lot of tutorials. That's another thing. I'm probably going to add another day of videos. I'm going to try to add in on Thursdays, because I'm back into things. We're making Thursday and the Creator Spotlight. But I'm also going to be talking about who caught my eye for the week, because I've been watching a lot of new people, because you cannot possibly watch all of the people there are on YouTube. And there's always something new to learn. Even though I've been crocheting for over 42 years, there's always something new to learn. A new technique, a new project to do. So hey, explore. Look at other people, what they're doing and how they're doing it. You might see a different way, or an easier way to do something that you've been doing for a long time. Because a lot of people are self-taught. I mean, I learned how to crochet from home ec. Two ladies, Miss Cindy McDavid and Mrs. Elsie Newman, taught us to crochet in home ec. And I picked that up because my mother crocheted, but when I wanted to do more, she was blind and she could not really show me how to do that. And I didn't know. There was a few ladies at church that did it, but I felt like a little backwards to ask them, because I felt like they were so advanced. They might look at me like, but you know, I was afraid to ask them to show me, so I would get books and look. But I really need to see things. That's why I look online to see how they're doing it. So, but don't be afraid to explore and look at other methods, because the way you do things might not be easier. Like my sweater I just made, I didn't really, I'm going to say some of the mistakes I made and how I changed them too. I'm going to talk about that in those segments, because, I'll save that for Thursday too. So I'll just get on with the things I'm working, but that's going to be on Thursdays. I'm going to talk about who caught my eye and some of the mistakes I've made and changed. And then I'm going to try to get back into the Crochet 101, because I didn't get to working in the round yet. And I work in the round a lot, making amigurumis, or if you start, when you make when you make these granny squares, you start in the round in the middle. And when you make hats, well, that one's stuck on, but you work in the round in the middle of them. The other one has a pom-pom, right? I could show you that, but I'm going to get back into that segment also. At least once a month I'll do a crochet 101. Okay, so for the creator spotlight, I chose, it is Bonnie Bay crochet, and this I chose is called the Bobbles shawl. Now this shawl is supposed to have 33 rows. Now I've already done 23, so it's only supposed to have 10 more rows, but this is not going to be anywhere big enough for me to wear. Now she used one mandala cake to make it, but it wasn't, I have a big mandala cake. She used a regular size mandala cake. This one I have is, this one is 1,181 yards, 1,080 millimeters, 10.5 ounce, 300 grams, 100% acrylic, and it's number 3. And the color weight is Babar, it's called. So I had been saving this for a vest that I'd been making, but I made half the vest, but I did not like how it was turning out. So it's been in my UFO pile for probably 2 years. So I've come to conclusions about some of the things in there that I probably will not finish them because I did not follow patterns with some of them. And you know how you get creative and you start making something and you think, yeah, this will look cute, but then you think when it gets halfway done, no, this is not good. So this is what it's made from. And I love mandala cakes, and I think I'm just going to keep going since I made this in 2 days. I probably worked on an hour Friday and an hour Saturday, and it got, you know, this 23 rows. And then it has, but it's got bobbles. I know you could probably see the bobbles. It's a 4-row repeat, so it works up really easy, and it's one of the ones you can sit and watch TV and do, because there's, you know, I can't give you the pattern because it's not mine, it's hers. But when you're done, you put tassels on the 3 triangle parts. But I'm thinking of, again, I can change it. And Erin says we're allowed to. We can tweak it. I was thinking of putting tassels all the way around it because it would make it longer. But I have enough yarn, I can make it as long as I want. Or I can leave it shorter and make it a cowl for the winter. Because I do wear cows because it gets cold here. A couple years we've gotten in the minuses. You know, when January, February comes around, we get in the negatives here in Ohio. So so I have 3 shawls going right now. So this is the one for the Creator Spotlight for the month of November, which is Bonnie Bay Crochet. So I'm following that, and I am making a hat for things we're making Thursday, and I will move that to Thursday segments. And I did add a few more rows onto my fall shawl, and it does take a while because of the stitch I chose, but anything that you know you want, this is how it's going. And I really like this yarn. This is the Sedona, which is the red heart. Roll with it and sparkle, and it's also a 3-weight. but it has, it's the reason it's taken me longer because I have the jasmine stitch in here, because I'm calling it the desert flower shawl because it has flowers in it. And I'm almost done with the second repeat with the flower row. So I'm going to see how many repeats that's going to be, because I'm working on a cow also. The other one's not a shawl, it's a cow. But it's very cute, but I am basing it on a pattern by Kelly from Craft in a Cuppa. It is a one that you actually would slip over your neck, and it has a collar, and it has tassels that hang from it. I didn't bring it in here because I just have a little V of it right now, and I'm using the colorway of, I didn't bring it in here. It is the one I used for my summer night shawl because I still have two more cakes of that, and I think it's the dusty gray one it's called. Sorry, I'm very hoarse today. Yeah, but for, yeah, I'm also, this is what I'm using for. I have this left over, which is the Caron 1 pounder that I'm using on another. That's what I use to make little guy here. And I'm using a sparkle red for this one to make the female one to go with him. And it's a scrap yarn project, so if you have a bunch of scrap yarn, I am trying to use up my scrap yarn. I could, one of these segments, I will show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 bins full of scrap yarn, plus a plastic shelf with drawers full of scrap yarn balls that I don't want to get rid of. I want to use them for something, so I'm going to include scrap yarn projects. And then I forgot about this scarf that I started. This is a one I started on the cruise. Okay, where are you? It's stuck in something. Okay, I got the wrong ball, that's why. Now this is one of the yarns that I have not had before, and it's very, very soft. Now everyone says how Red Heart is hard. This is the softest Red Heart I've ever worked with, and it is Red Heart Hugs and Kisses. I don't know if it's supposed to be a baby yarn. It doesn't say that on it. It looks like a baby. The picture they have in there actually looks like a yarn from, my mind just went blank. One that Creative Grandma just showed from Hirschner's, I think. But this is Red Heart. It just says gray, but it's Red Heart Hugs and Kisses. But I'm using the half double cross stitch, which is, this is the pattern. This is a shawl, not a shawl, a scarf that Creative Grandma has out on her channel. So I'm making that because I have 3 of these, so it'll be plenty. So I was making that, and I have enough gray yarn I can actually make a hat to match it too. But those are the projects that I'm continuing to work on, besides my big blanket. I didn't bring that in here. I'm trying to designate time for each of those, and where did I put it? Oh, I'm still trying to work on my squares for Jada and Stitches. I'm at least trying to get, I was thinking if I could get enough done to do like a table runner or something. Maybe not on my dining room table, but on my side tables, I could split them up for little covers. Or maybe the top of the couch runner or something like that. But I have enough of the yarn to finish that, so I want to do that too. But that's what I'm working on. So I think that's all that. Yeah, I had started this shawl a couple months back from one of the creator spotlights, but I did not have time to work on it, so I had put it aside. So I will designate this yarn for something else. I have a couple more of these. These are, yeah, I have more of these yarns, so I'll have enough to use it for something else. And that one comes apart easier. So, but that's what Moby is working on for the next couple weeks, and I would like to start a Christmas blanket, and I do have that picked out. And I'm going to be making, I have a Christmas blanket and placemats. And the construction of both are similar. The placemats I want to make are from Crystal from Bag O' Day, where you make the grid and then you actually weave the yarn colors in. It's on her channel for that. And then the other one is from Marley Bird, which I had picked out to make. And then I found out that she is also the next for one of the projects next month. You didn't hear that from me though. But I had already picked that out to make for Christmas in the Christmas colors. And I think I almost have all the yarn for that. But I have to have some glitter yarn. I don't know why, but I have to have glitter. But little bling bling. Most of the time I need something with some glitter in it. But, so that's what I'm doing this week. And when I get some things finished, I will share them with you. And I will try to get some tutorials going. I don't know if I'll do a tutorial for this shawl, but I will, if anyone wants the pattern, I could put that in the written description. It's getting harder for me to do them right now, but I could share the pattern. But I thank you for joining me today, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. And think about something you could be thankful for today. I'm thankful that it's not snowing yet. And we're only a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving. And sometimes we've had snow on Thanksgiving. I remember the first year we moved in this house, which was 31 years ago, we had a snowball fight here on Thanksgiving. There was snow on Thanksgiving. Now we could go out in shorts right now. Because it's 77 degrees right now, so we might hit up to 80 today, they said. So I wish the weather would make up its mind. But I thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next week, or maybe Thursday if I can do it this week, for Moby the Yarny, and hope you join me. And remember, if you want to be notified, you have to hit the bell. And if you like what you're seeing, you can give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I thank you for joining me. And if you like what you see, you can hit the subscribe button. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you for stopping by.